You, of course, have heard in the news recently of the great floods that we've had here in our own country and across the world. And there's a little story that goes along with floods where there was a family on the top of a roof, and the sheriff came by in a dinghy and tried to rescue them. No, we'll be okay. God will take care of us. A little later, some other rescue workers came by from the fire department. Oh no, we're okay. God will take care of us. The National Guard comes by. No, God will take care of us. A helicopter flies over. No, God will take care of us. And they drown. They appear in heaven and complain to the Father. Why didn't you save us? We prayed to you. God said, 4 times I sent you help, and 4 times you said no. Today's gospel is sort of like that. We have someone from the netherworld crying out to Father Abraham to send someone who was poor and neglected in this life to give him some comfort. And when he's rejected, he's asking for help for his family. The help has been given. But what does that say to you and to me today? I'd like you to dwell for a few moments on that image of Lazarus. Poor, starving, naked, sores covering his body, with dogs licking at the sores. He was ignored by those that had wealth. Today, there are those among us that look down upon those that are poor, that are sick, that are homeless. Perhaps they're unwed mothers. Perhaps they're of a culture that we don't see that's not our own. I'm sure that we have Anglos that take a look at those that are black or Hispanic or Chinese or what other ethnicity you can think about, and they say, oh no, I don't want to have anything to do with them. Or perhaps it's those that suffer from leprosy, as back in the Lord's time, that were set aside. Certainly in our lifetimes, when the HIV/AIDS epidemic began, we heard such proposals. Oh, set them aside so they can't contaminate the rest of society. Or perhaps it's simply those that have been placed in nursing homes, and maybe if they're lucky, their family visits them on Christmas and Easter. The poor are with us. And today the scriptures tell us that those of us that lay around on our ivory benches or our recliners and our fine furniture and neglect those that are poor, do so to our own detriment. We at Holy Angels do our best to reach out to our brothers and sisters who are hungry. We have our food pantry Sundays. But I must tell you as your pastor that the contributions to that effort have waned. It's not to say you're not a generous and giving congregation. You are. That was proven today in a presentation here earlier to help fix the roof on this building. But sometimes we're in such a rush that we forget that this may be Food Pantry Sunday. And so we don't do anything that week, or the week following, or the week following, or the week following. And Food Pantry Sunday comes along and we forget again. And yet, if something happens in our own lives, aren't we some of the first to start praying and saying, God help me with this, and God help me with that? And when that help doesn't arrive in the form that we think it should arrive, don't we also complain to God? Our relationship with God is a two-way street. You and I are called upon to place our faith in God. We have done that. We have been baptized. But baptism is not a get-out-of-hell-free card. With baptism came responsibility. To be Christ's hands, his feet, his eyes, his ears in this world today. To offer comfort when we can. To indeed, to clothe the naked. To house those that are homeless. To lift up those that are unemployed and help them find employment. To help feed the hungry. Can we do it all? Perhaps not. We don't have all of those resources. But of what we have, we are called upon to share, so that we one day can join Lazarus in that idyllic heaven where we will sit with all the saints and the angels, praising our God forever and ever.